Greetings, everybody. We are here at the Nether base looking to find a wither skeleton just like this. And get him to look at us. Come on. Come on, bud. Oh, oh, this is not working. I guess you can't be flying. Alright, well, we'll figure out another way. Hold on here. Lava. If you want to be my lava. Yeah. I know. Bad Nari. Bad jokes. Okay, so let's throw a wall up here. No, you're gonna stop me from making. Pick a side, dude. There you go. Okay. Here. Okay. I want to be on that side. There we go. Ah! You're supposed to not be able to hit me. Where's my fences? There's my fence. Okay. On this side now, buddy? Oh, no. Oh. Sort of. Go. Hey, where's the skeleton? Look at me. Look at me. Nothing. Hey, dude. There we go. Getting my staring contest on. Okay, folks, so I decided to start this episode with advancing some monk. And here's the next ability we're going to be able to get, which is basically to stare at undead and kill them. Yep, there he goes. Withered away to nothing from the deadly Nari stare. Alright, let's take a look at what the next level is. Take a very high leap of faith onto hay. Okay, so I happen to know for this one, you can't be wearing anything that would save you from taking falling damage. You know, boots, angel rings, any of those are disqualifying. That's okay, because we are monks and we won't die from this fall, we hope. Anyway, wanted to show a couple things. So first of all, I took the lava out of here. The reason is if you went downstairs, it was dripping lava onto people's heads. Not good. I have a floating block here. That floating block is not there for, you know, aesthetic reasons. It's there because I'm going to put something underneath it, but we're going to get to that a little bit later. This episode's all going to be all about getting some progress towards the end game. So we basically have one goal of the mid game complete, and that is renewable power gen that's on the order of 5 to 10k RF a tick. Hold on just a second. All right, sorry about that. So we're going to make some more progress towards the mid-game goals. And one of those mid-game goals is basically to get automatic resource generation. Now, there are a couple things we're going to need before we really get this going. For one thing, as soon as you start making resources automatically, storage is an issue, and you need to make sure you've got it, you know, figured out before you start, because otherwise you will quickly overload your storage capability, and it's just a pain. So that's something we're going to take a look at. We've already started the refined storage stuff, and we'll augment that with some storage drawers and some other things. But yeah, so we're gonna start looking at that, and the mod we're going to use is called environmental tech. You know, pull up something. I've got it already here. Environmental tech adds these void controllers. So if you look, you get a void ore miner, you get void resource miners, you get void botanic miners. There's some other things that it adds. It adds a solar array that's impressively awesome. And it also adds some other interesting things. So one of the things it adds is a nanobot beacon. These are basically potion effects, and they're really nice, but they take a ton of power, and a ton of resources. Now, this is sort of like the poster child for exponential growth. Each of these ore miner tiers requires the tier before its stuff. So like structure frame 4 requires structure frame tier 3s plus more stuff, right? So you basically, you have to go tier by tier. Part of the reason why I'm starting this up now, even though we won't really get into it probably for a few, I'm guessing 4 or 5 episodes it'll take before we really start doing this, is because it takes a while to sort of bootstrap itself. The Void Ore Miner Tier 1 requires litherite tiles. Litherite you can make yourself, right? So it takes these resources, a cactus green, lime dye, which we already know how to make, a bunch of flint, and diamonds will make you litherite crystals. That's great. The next tier is erodium crystals. You'll notice the only way to get erodium crystals, back to there, is from the Void Ore Miner. Yeah. And it's a 1% drop from the thing you can make to start, which is the clear laser lens. Now, its preferred laser lens is a crystal laser lens. Guess what this requires? Erodium blocks. So, yeah, this takes a while to get going. Once we get it going, it will make resources basically forever. We have to feed it RF, and it will go pretty much until we tell it to stop. And once we have this one cooking, we will start up a resource miner, because the resource miner produces mica, which are what you need for your modifiers. So the null modifier doesn't need anything, but the speed modifier needs mica, and the luck modifier needs mica, etc., etc., etc. So we will need that resource miner eventually. And again, the only way to get mica is void resource miners. So there you go. So that's kind of the plan as far as automatic resource generation goes. Now, ore miners will produce ore. Resource miners produce all the stuff that's not ore. So I shouldn't say all the stuff. All of the mineable blocks that aren't ore. So stuff like sand, gravel, clay, terracotta, obsidian. We'll get obsidian from this. We can get, well, mica being one of them. Marble. We can get marble out of this. So, this is a really nice thing, other than just, needing the resources for the mica for progressing with this. The other resources are nice for building and for any of the other sort of recipes that require things like obsidian kind of thing. So, good stuff. So that's going to be environmental tech. Now, before we get that going, we're going to set up power here in the base. And what we're going to use to do that is Draconic Evolution. Draconic Evolution is an end game mod. Now, I say that it's really designed to be used in the end game, but it does add some really nice power transmission. The power generation is very end game. So the Draconic reactor is, you have to kill the boss for Draconic Evolution, which is ridiculously hard, several times before you can get a reactor up and running. So yeah, that's dozens of episodes away, assuming we ever get there. But the power transmission actually isn't that hard. I would like to get Wyvern energy relays and wireless energy crystals. So those take the Draconic cores and basic energy crystals, and then the Wyvern energy core. So Draconic core just takes diamonds and draconium, and then Wyvern energy cores take that Draconic core again, so more diamonds and draconium and gold, and then a ton of redstone, right? This will take a fair amount of gold. We do need a fair amount of gold for this, and I have been mining for gold and processing it at the 3 times rate, so hopefully we have enough to go back and see. We're going to need probably about 2 stacks of gold to get going with this. Let's see how much we have. Sure enough, good. We've got plenty of draconium. So why don't I start cooking some of that up, and I will be back when that is ready. All right, we're back, and so I've cooked up a bunch of that draconium into draconium ingots. Unfortunately, there's no way to ore double draconium dust, so you can get fortune on the like your pick or your drill or whatever, and that will produce more draconium dust when you break a ore thing, but there's no way to do it otherwise. All right, so let's get started here. The other thing we're going to need a bunch of are blaze rods, but we do have 43. I think that's probably going to be enough at least for one of these, which is really sort of what we want to get started. So, Wyvern wireless energy crystal. This needs Eyes of Ender. Ooh. This needs some of these things. That 4 yet, so we need 2 of those. 1, 2. These particle particle things, where'd they go? These things here also are used in the energy storage thing, which we will use probably fairly soon. I'm guessing 10 episodes or so before we get there. But anyway, here we go. Oh, hey, we need that thing in the middle, don't we? Wyvern energy relay crystal. Okay. Well, that needs 4 of these. So, which needs this, which needs this. Go. Energy relay crystal. Come on. Oh, I need 4 of those, don't I? I'm good at this. There we go. 4 of these. And... oh no. 4 of these. There we go. Now can I get these? Oh, I still need 1. These. Go. There. Awesome. Now we just need 1 of these. All right, Wyvern wireless energy crystal. Now, the other thing we need here is the crystal binder, which will another one of these draconic cores, and then a crystal binder. Okay. So what does this thing do? Wyvern wireless energy crystals basically give you a way to power machines wirelessly. So, let's say I wanted to power my machine line there. What I could do is take one of those wireless things, energy relay crystals. Now, if you just stick this in a thing, it's going to give you the energy IO crystals. You need the energy IO crystals to sort of interface with other energy systems. So, for example, right here, sure, I'll just break this. I can change the face of this to output by whacking it with a wrench. So right now this is set to input on all faces, but if I right click it, now it's set to output there. Okay. So if I stick a thing on here, notice this is getting power. If you look in the bottom right hand corner, we're at 570K, 720K of 16 million RF. So this crystal by itself is going to store 16 million RF. Notice we are rapidly discharging our thing here. Now, one thing you might notice is that we're only going at a rate of about 6,000 RF a tick. And you might say, well, why? Because this one face is limited to 5,000 RF a tick at a time. If we had the advanced one, I think it's 25,000 RF a tick, and we can actually improve that by infusing this. There's a mechanism for improving RF tools machines, but it requires dimensional shards, which we don't have a whole lot of right now. You can find them in the Nether, and I found a few. But the biggest way to find them is by going to other RF tools dimensions. However, we're going to cheat it. That void ore miner will produce dimensional shard ore for us, so we won't have to go to other dimensions to get our stuff. But now, what we can do with that energy crystal is connect it to a wireless relay. Sorry, wireless energy crystal. Here we go. So we stick this here. Pretty cool particle effects. I like these. That is the wireless one, right? Yep. Okay. So we stick our crystal binder. Shift right click to select the thing you want to use as your I'm connecting to. So we're going to do that on this one. And then we can connect it like this, right? Notice it gives us a blue line to show these two things are connected. Now I can connect all of these machines. So I could do something like, oops, okay. Wireless energy crystal. Okay. Is that not back? The relay crystal. Let's try one that's a little closer. How about the compactor? Got this selected. We want to connect it to that one. There we go. See how it says devices linked? Now we'll go through blocks, which is fine. If I unselect that, right? So I'm no longer on the crystal binder. And let's just disconnect this machine really quick. Okay. And now let's make a couple of plates. Let's just throw half a stack of iron in there. If you recall, we have 2 augments in here. Throw half a stack of iron, and it starts cooking up. Now it's using RF, right? See the little particle effects there? That's the wireless crystal charging that machine. Now, like I said, you can attach it to a bunch more machines, and it will supply all of them. So basically, I could turn off this power thing, and now these guys will power all of my machines. I think that works. Yeah. Okay. Also need to power the refined storage guy. Okay. And we can come over here. We can hit the text processing unit. I mean, basically everything, right? Now this didn't require power, but you know, we could have powered it. This does have a limit. So if we look at it, it says wireless links 15 of 32. So it can power up to 32 machines. It also has links 1 of 8. That's links to other draconic crystals. So right now it's linked to 1, that one. Okay. So that's Draconic sort of, that's Draconic's power transmission sort of in a nutshell. The energy relay, so if we go back here, this guy, oops, is just a way to connect to other crystals. So I could link to here, and now these 2 crystals are connected. Again, it has an internal buffer, so by adding this crystal to the network, I basically added 16 million RF worth of battery to the network. But it can't connect to other machines. It can connect to more crystals, though. Notice that. So this has links 1 of 16, whereas this one is links 2 of 8. All right. Okay. So this is what we're going to use to transmit power down in the nether. This is still link ID 1. It's connected. Okay, good. All fine. So I can take this down. We don't want these ones. What we do want, put my hardened flux duct back down. So let's go back to the nether and let's set this up. Set. Go. All right. So right now, our power is right here. What we're going to do instead is we're going to pick all this stuff up. you're going to go right in the center here. Actually, what we'll probably do is that there. Source. We're going to actually put our aversion obelisk right down there in the... Now notice it's not powered right now, so it says it's working, but pretty soon it's going to run out of power. We'll fix that, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Glowstone back, but full drawn right here. So what we're going to do... Oh, power. Good job, Nari. Alright, there we go. I've got my power cube and my teleporter. We can leave the teleporter. The elevator. Here. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to stick the power cube right above this. Okay. Break that IO crystal right below it. This is set to output on all sides, so you should be getting energy. Excellent. So, oh, by the way, IO mode on these, input means input into the crystal network. Output means output from the crystal network. So right now, that's correct. It should be inputting. Then we're going to take our wireless energy crystal. We're going to set that up. And we're going to connect the two. Just for the moment, we are going to connect this down to the matter receiver and this dude, because he needs power and power. But we're going to break those connections. Now remember what I said, these will go through blocks, so if I had solid blocks there, it wouldn't matter. I do tend to put glass there so that you can see the things that are getting powered, but anyway. Let's head back and make another wireless crystal. Head back and Draconic. Want the wireless energy crystal, which just requires some eyes of Ender and the particle generator. 2 of these. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright. We are going to go through blaze rods pretty quickly, depending on how many of these we make. So, I may need to go hunt for some blazes, but at least for the moment, it looks like we're good. Alright, so we got an energy relay crystal and a wireless energy crystal. Let's head back to another. What's up? Alright. So I could put this all the way up on the ceiling. I kind of like it a little bit further down, so let's go ahead and... How about right there? That looks kind of nice, I think. It's energy crystal. And quite frankly, these hanging in midair is sort of how they're supposed to look, so I don't mind not having them connected to anything. Alright, let's grab our crystal binder. Let's take this. We're going to connect it to this guy, that guy. Then we're going to go up to the wireless energy crystal above. Connect that one to that guy. Actually, we're going to... Should still work. So we're going to take that guy, disconnect him here, and disconnect him. Not going to look like something got disconnected, but it did. Alright. So, now the one from above is going to connect to this one, which will power our spawner and our... Or, I'm sorry, not our spawner. Prevent spawning. And our matter receiver. Okay. So what we basically accomplished here now is, you know, wireless energy transmission within our base, which is really nice because, you know, the little particle effects things I think just look cool. Whereas, you know, having wiring going everywhere, having to sneak under the floor to get, you know, bunches of wiring, just to me doesn't look that good. So what we can do is we can take this power cell and we can paint it if we want to. Also, if we wanted to get more power out, so in other words, if we wanted this to charge at a faster rate, we could just simply add more of these crystals. So, for example, I might do something like this. Go. And connect all of these, and now this will effectively charge at a 20,000 RF per tick rate out of this cube, because these can charge at that rate. So notice the power cell. Whoops. What I meant to do. Notice the power cell is empty, right? 1 out of 4 RF. So let's head back to base and see how our advanced generator is doing. Here. All right, 8,000 RF a tick. So basically, this is generating as fast as it can, right? Going at about 4.3 millibuckets a tick. Notice we're eating up wood reasonably quickly. I think we're still above the amount that I could take out that other upgrade. So I think we have to be at 2048 stacks before I can take out that upgrade safely. But yeah, cool stuff. So this is generating plenty of syngas. You know, we've got way more capacity than we need for millibuckets per tick here. We could probably take this up to about 20k RF a tick before we'd start running into any limitations. All right, so that's Draconic Evolution for power transmission. Let's go back and I'll really quickly go back over sort of how all this works, right? So basically what you need is you first need the energy relay crystals. So if we look at this, we need this sucker right here, the wireless energy relay crystal. Sorry, not that. I'm very bad at this. Wyvern energy relay crystal. There we go. Right? This is the thing you want to build first. It takes the basic energy relay crystals, so you build 4 of these first, right? Then you build the Wyvern one. These can be used to turn into the IO crystals, which are what you use to get energy out of the other mod stuff. So like that's how I'm getting energy out of the power cell here from RF Tools, right? Once you have the wireless or the Wyvern energy IO crystals drawing energy out of the power cell, you connect it to either an energy relay or a wireless energy relay. If you need to power machines in the room that you're in, you want a wireless energy relay, because that you can then connect to up to 32 machines. If all you're doing is sort of transmitting around your base, so if this is sort of a link in the network that you want to transmit around your base, all you need is the energy relay crystal. That's this one. Okay. And that's about it for as far as power transmission. It looks really nice. I really like the look of the crystals with the little orbiting energy thing. I think that just looks really neat. You know, the particle effects as far as like the power draw goes and the power transmission is really neat. All in all, it's just a nice way to get energy moving around your base. Okay, so let's start the environmental tech stuff. So environmental tech uses multi-blocks, much like Astral Sorcery or Immersive Engineering. But the first thing we're going to need is this Void Ore Miner and the thing we use to build stuff is the assembler. So let's make that first. We need a litherite crystal. Oh, cactus green. Oh, I have lots of cactus. I just haven't cooked it up. Oops. Let's cook up some cactus first. Grab all my augments. So I'm playing a game with my daughter, a Minecraft game with my daughter, and on it I haven't made the same modification to oh, not getting power. Oh no, it's drawing power. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of power. Well, okay. Hopefully not. We'll see. But anyway, I haven't made the same modification to the config files, and so when I connect to her server, if I then start this game, it makes it so that all of the machines have the official amount of augment slots, which basically means it voids the ones that were there. So I lost a bunch of augments. Oops. How much power do you have? Well, I mean, 12 arithmetic, you got a ways to go. So let's make some lime dye, shall we? Lime dye is just bone meal and cactus green. We'll grab some of that. I'm sure I have bone blocks, don't I? Yeah. Oh. Fine. Oops. Got 9 already. Think that's enough? Okay. So let's see what we got here. So we need one of these for our assembler. That really quick. That's another one of the sort of tools that we'll stick in our satchel. And then we want this Vord or Miner controller. So we need any sort of lens, which the clear lens. Glass, yay. We need this diode thing. See? We need a block of diamond. Wow. Okay. Expensive. Got it. Don't try this at home, folks. No, I mean, don't, you know, don't, sorry, I didn't mean don't try this at home. Don't try this with low power stuff. There we go. But what we really need is more of the litherite crystals, because it takes 9 to make a block of litherite, and we need 4 blocks. So we need a total of 36, I think. That my math is right there, right? Let's make 36 of these. 1, 2, 9. There we go. This. Go. And we need one more thing. We need this interconnect. Now, we could get black concrete. Black concrete is black concrete powder in a fluid transposer, which we have. This is probably the best way, because if we do the other one here, this just takes 1 black concrete and these connectors. I'm going to have to make this one takes 4 black concrete plus a block of iron to make the modifier component, but it takes the black concrete powder instead of the black concrete. So it just removes the fluid transposer step, but imposes a block of iron as one of the ingredients. I'd rather not do that, so let's go ahead and make the black concrete powder. Go. Get our reservoir out. You don't have any fluid in you, right? Good. Make sure we're on empty. There we go. And we should be able to stick our black concrete powder in here and make 6 of them. Hey. We're gonna need some more water. Go. Alright, so now it's some more. That gets us probably enough. So let's throw the black concrete in there. Let's make the interconnects. We need some connectors. Let's make a stack of these. Go. And interconnects. 1, 2. Okay, and let's make the void ore miner controller. Awesome. So this is the first piece of the multi-block. I'm going to set it down here because when I right-click on this, it says assembled false owner Nariyama. If I left-click on it, it gives us the required blocks. And it's down here in your text box, right? So it needs 24 structure frames, 20 structure panels, 2 laser cores, and a laser lens of any type. Now, you're going to want more room than what this shows. This is a multi-block, and what's nice is when I right-click on it, it will take any of those blocks that it's saying it requires and try and place them in the correct spots. This is basically like an automatically assembled multi-block, which is really nice. But we're going to need a lot of blocks to do it. So let's go ahead and, break that. And then let's go see where we're going to put it. I think we're probably getting pretty close to the wrapping up point. You know what? Let's do the environmental tech stuff in the next episode. So we'll go ahead and between episodes, I'll make those blocks. So basically, if we look here, it's this structure frame tier 1 takes litherite and that interconnect, lapis, and iron, right? So I'm gonna need a bunch more of that litherite stuff. It said structure panels, 20 of those, which is just those connectors, a bunch of iron bars, and some gold nuggets. Again, needs gold. And then the laser cores are pretty easy. Those are just connectors, glass, and iron. So you know, a fairly large iron requirement to get this started, but otherwise not terrible. A few of those gold nuggets. We'll just throw 72 of those. Okay. All right, folks. I'll go ahead and make those materials up between episodes, and we'll get started on environmental tech in the next episode. We're working pretty well at getting into automatic resource generation for the mid-game. It's going to take a while to sort of bootstrap itself, but once it gets going, this is a great solution for automatic resources. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.